everyone, it's Lexi. So today's going to be a little bit of a different video. I thought I'd kind of show you my reading routine and like what I do when I read. I've seen some people do these videos. I think they're just kind of interesting to see how everyone kind of reads differently and like all this stuff. So yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. So I don't know about you, but I do a lot of reading at school. I'm one of those people that has to get to school like 2 hours before it actually starts. I'm always afraid I'm going to be late. But I like just hanging around at the Starbucks in the student union and just watching the sunrise, and they have nice little glass areas where I can sit and just watch and kind of enjoy my morning. So I also like to do a lot of reading at home. I know this is probably where a lot of people do it. So to start out, I always like to get like the kettle going so I can enjoy a nice cup of tea. So today I'm going to have red velvet cake, which is a black tea from David's Tea, and it has like beetroot and vanilla, and you can see it has some sprinkles in there as well. This is probably one of my favorite teas of all time. But if it's near bedtime, I usually will have a tea that's caffeine free, so another option I usually choose is birthday cake by David's Tea, and it's also probably one of my favorite teas as well. So now that the water is boiled, I'm then going to get ready to put it in my tea infuser. This tea infuser that I have is one that I got off of Amazon, I think for around $11, and it was probably one of the greatest investments I've ever made. It's just awesome. So once that I put all the tea in there, I then fill it up and I let it steep for a few minutes. So now that the tea is steeped for about 5 minutes, I usually like putting my teas in this big tumbler that I got for Christmas a few years ago, and I really like it because it holds a lot of tea in it, and it also keeps it warm. So this one's neat. You just stick the infuser on top, and all the, I guess, the actual tea minus the tea leaves goes into the cup, which I think is just really neat. It's just one of my favorite things. So now that the tea is ready, we are now able to get started reading. So now that the weather has been really nice outside, I've really been like having to read outside. It's just been so nice, and I love reading in our backyard. It goes into like a ravine, and our deck kind of looks over top of the hill there. Yeah, and it's nice because it's nice and quiet in there, but you also get to see a lot of wildlife with squirrels. We see a couple deer, and obviously we have a lot of birds here as well. This is the spot where I usually sit in when I read. These chairs are really comfy. We got them for my dad for Father's Day, and they're just the greatest to read in. You can also like lean back in them as well. This is also probably one of my favorite spots to read in because it doesn't get too sunny in this spot. Like there's a lot of trees, like once the trees fill in for the summer, and it's just really nice. And also like if you're tired of reading, you can like eventually like put your seat down a bit and just kind of enjoy it and hang out and relax. And also, if you're like my dog Tucker, he loves going outside to go adventuring. He loves it. He loves going down to the river and swimming. He just loves it all around. He gets to sniff, he gets to see squirrels. It's the life. I also like to read before bedtime, so usually I get my tea all nice and ready, and then I just kind of snuggle up in my bed. So I've always been envious of people who can read lying down. I'm not one of those people. I always have to read kind of sitting up a bit. If I have a Kindle, I can read lying down, but usually I have like the physical book, so I just kind of enjoy it and then I read. And so yeah, it's just a relaxing evening. I have a few sips of tea. And Tucker is my bed buddy, so usually when I'm reading at night, he's usually there. He's a funny sleeper though. Sometimes he'll sleep on the pillow next to me, sometimes by my feet, you know, whatever he's into that day. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below like what kind of things you do when you're getting ready and cozy to read. So yeah, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!